Mr. and Mrs. Gus are very kind. They say let's have lunch. We buy some presents for them. We buy a tie and a cake.
Tell about my neighbor. Mr. and Mrs. Gus are very kind. They say let's have lunch. We buy some presents for them. We buy a tie and a cake. Tell about my neighbor. Mr. and Mrs. Gus are very kind. They say let's have lunch. We buy some presents for them. We buy a tie and cake.
Tell about my neighbors. Mr. and Mrs. Gus are very kind. They say let's have lunch. We buy some presents for them. We buy a tie and a cake.
Tell about my neighbor. Mr. and Mrs. Gus are very kind. They say let's have lunch. We buy some presents for them. We buy a tie and cake.
Tell about my neighbor. Mr. and Mrs. Gus are very kind. They say let's have lunch. We buy some present for them. We buy a tie and a cake.
Tell about my neighbor. Mr. and Mrs. Gus are very kind. They say let's have lunch. We buy some presents for them. We buy a tie and a cake.
Tell about my neighbor. Mr. and Mrs. Gus are very kind. They say let's have lunch. We buy some present for them. We buy tie and cake.
Tell about my neighbor. Mr. and Mrs. Gus are very kind. They say let's have lunch. We buy some presents for them. We buy a tie and a cake.
Tell about my neighbor. Mr. and Mrs. Gus are very kind. They say let's have lunch. We buy some present for them. We buy a tie and cake.
Tell about my neighbor. Mr. and Mrs. Gus are very kind. They say let's have lunch. We buy some presents for them. We buy tie and cake.
Tell about my neighbor. Mr. and Mrs. Gus are very kind. They say let's have lunch. We buy some presents for them. We buy a tie and cake.
Tell about my neighbor. Mr. and Mrs. Gus are very kind. They say let's have lunch. We buy some presents for them. We buy cake and tie.
Tell about my neighbor. Mr. and Mrs. Gus are very kind. They say let's have lunch. We buy some presents for them. We buy a tie and cake.
About my neighbor. Mr. and Mrs. Gus are very kind. They say let's have lunch. We buy some presents for them. We buy a tie and cake.
Tell about my neighbor. Mr. and Mrs. Gus is very kind. They say let's have lunch. They buy some presents for them. We buy tie and cake. Tell about my neighbor. Mr. and Mrs. Box are very kind. buy